In a picturesque valley where the mountains met the sea, there lived an old Zen master named Aiko. Aiko was known for her deep connection with nature and her ability to see the beauty and wisdom in the simplest of things. People from all walks of life came to seek her guidance, hoping to learn her secrets for a life filled with peace and tranquility. One day, a young fisherman named Genji arrived at Aiko's home seeking her help. Genji was a skilled fisherman, but he was constantly haunted by the fear of losing his catch. He would cling to his nets, checking them obsessively, and his anxiety left him exhausted and unhappy. Genji explained his troubles to Aiko, hoping she could help him find a way to let go of his fears and experience the peace he had heard so much about. Aiko listened carefully and told Genji to meet her by the river the next morning. When Genji arrived at the river, he found Aiko sitting on a large rock, her eyes closed in meditation. She motioned for him to sit beside her and asked him to close his eyes and listen to the sounds of the river. As they sat in silence, Genji began to notice the subtle symphony of the river's song, the gentle lapping of water against the rocks, the whisper of the wind through the trees, and the occasional splash of a fish leaping from the water. It was a calming and soothing experience, unlike anything he had felt before. After some time, Aiko asked Genji, "What do you hear?" Genji replied, "I hear the river's song. It's beautiful and calming." Aiko smiled and said, "The river has much to teach us, especially when it comes to letting go. It is constantly moving and changing, carrying both the water and the creatures that live within it on a short journey towards the sea. It never clings to anything but instead flows gracefully, accepting its ever-changing nature." Genji thought about Aiko's words and began to see the connection between the river's song and his own struggles. He realized that his constant clinging to his catch and his fears of losing it were trying to hold back the river's flow. Aiko continued, "If you can learn to let go and flow like the river, you will find the peace you seek." The river's song is a reminder to trust in the natural course of things and to release the fears that hold us back. Genji took Aiko's lesson to heart and began to practice letting go both in his fishing and in his daily life. He learned to trust in the natural flow of the river and the world around him, releasing his fears and anxieties one by one. As the days turned into weeks, Genji's life began to transform. His days were no longer consumed by worry and stress, but instead filled with a newfound sense of peace and contentment. He found joy in the simple act of fishing, appreciating the beauty of the river's song and the wisdom it held. In time, Genji's reputation as a fisherman grew, not only for his skill but also for the tranquility and grace with which he approached his work. People from all over the valley came to learn from him, seeking the peace and wisdom he had found through the river's song. And so the art of letting go, as taught by the river and the wise Zen master Aiko, spread throughout the valley, touching the lives of all who heard the river's song and embraced its timeless wisdom, including you.